Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the last video, we moved into execution. The work started, the team got moving, and your plan finally met reality. But here's the question that keeps smart project managers up at night. How do you actually know if your project is on track? Because here's the truth. Work happening is not the same as work going well. A team can be busy, deadlines can be flying by, and your project can still be quietly drifting toward disaster. Today, we fix that. This is monitoring and controlling, where you track progress, measure performance, and keep your project on course. Let's get into it. So first, what does monitoring and controlling actually mean? Here's the simplest way to think about it. Monitoring is watching. Controlling is acting. Monitoring is gathering the data. Where are we really? Controlling is doing something about it. How do we get back on track? And here's the key insight that ties this whole phase together. This isn't a phase that happens once. It runs constantly, alongside execution, from the first task to the last. So burn this into your brain. If execution is driving the car, monitoring and controlling is watching the dashboard and steering. Let's start with number 1. Measuring against your baseline. Remember those baselines you locked in during planning? Your schedule baseline, your cost baseline, your scope baseline. This is where they earn their keep. A baseline is your reference point, your supposed to be. Monitoring is simply comparing where you actually are against where you plan to be. If you don't have a baseline, you have nothing to measure against, and on track becomes just a feeling. Here's the rule. You can't control what you don't measure, and you can't measure without a baseline. Now number 2, and this is where the exam loves to dig in. Earned value management. Don't let the name scare you. It's just a smarter way to answer 2 questions. Are we on schedule? And are we on budget? Most beginners only look at how much money they've spent, but spending matches the plan tells you almost nothing about whether you're actually getting the work done. Earned value fixes that by comparing 3 things: what you plan to spend, what you actually spent, and the value of the work you've truly completed. From those, you get powerful signals. A schedule variance tells you if you're ahead or behind. A cost variance tells you if you're under or over budget. And performance indexes turn those into simple ratios. Above 1 is good, below 1 is trouble. Here's the insight. Earned value tells you the truth that gut feeling hides. This brings us to number 3, controlling scope, schedule, and cost. Monitoring spots the gap. Controlling closes it. If your schedule is slipping, you act. Maybe you fast-track tasks. Maybe you add resources. If your costs are creeping up, you investigate and adjust. And if scope is expanding, you push every change through your change control process. Because remember, uncontrolled change is scope creep, and scope creep is a silent killer. The goal isn't to panic at every variance. It's to catch problems while they're small and steer gently, instead of yanking the wheel when it's too late. Now number 4, managing risk. Risk management didn't end in planning. During monitoring and controlling, you keep watching. New risks appear. Old risks change. Some risks you planned for actually happen, and now they're issues you have to manage. So you keep your risk register alive. You review it regularly, check your triggers, and make sure your responses are ready. Here's the key idea. A risk you saw coming is manageable. A risk that blindsides you is a crisis. Monitoring keeps you in the first camp. Let's talk about number 5, reporting and performance. All this data is useless if it stays trapped in your head. Your stakeholders need to know where things stand, clearly and honestly. So you report performance. Status against the baseline, key metrics, risks, and what's coming next. Good reporting isn't about looking good. It's about telling the truth early enough to act on it. Use dashboards, status reports, whatever fits your audience. But keep it honest, keep it consistent, and never bury bad news. Quick exam tip, because this comes up constantly. If a question gives you planned value, actual cost, and earned value, and asks whether you're ahead or behind, that's earned value management, schedule variance and cost variance. And if it describes comparing actual results to the plan to spot a difference, that difference is a variance. Lock those terms in and you'll pick up real marks. So let's bring it together. Monitoring and controlling is how you stay in command. You measure against your baselines because that's your reference point. You use earned value to see the real truth about schedule and cost. You control scope, schedule, and cost by catching gaps early and steering gently. You keep risk management alive so surprises don't become crises. And you report honestly so everyone can act on the truth. Measure, analyze, control, manage risk, report. That's how you keep a project on course. And here's the mindset shift that separates the pros. Amateurs react to problems after they explode. Pros see them coming and adjust early. Monitoring and controlling isn't about catching people doing wrong, it's about catching reality early enough to do something about it. You're not the police, you're the navigator. If this helped, hit that like and subscribe button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and go do great things. Bye for now.
Now let me tell you something important. Most professional certification exams aren't just testing your knowledge. They're testing your speed, accuracy, and ability to perform under pressure. That's why practicing with real exam-style questions matters. Download QuizFactor A+. Get access to thousands of practice questions, timed quizzes, and realistic exam simulations designed to help you prepare smarter and walk into exam day with confidence. Find the link in the description.